go then. Here we go. Yeah, you put your phone off silent for one thing, you need to put it back. Here we go then. All 5 members of our red team barreling through. There's Will, this is like a counter invade spot, I guess. And that is a toss-up.
Looks like they are absolutely just BMing over there with those mastery notes that tell us they play them a lot. So yeah, we might be seeing an invade on the blue side, but no, we're gonna just have the standard start. Reds are both teams. No deep wards are coming out to see where the junglers are going to start first. And we're just gonna have a nice little clean, cool matchup in both sides of the jungle.
Yeah, nice and calm, nice and stable. I tell you, I'm liking the traditional mid lanes we've been seeing.
I may be outnumbered.
I don't know why.
I like even the arms.
No Cho'Gaths, no Malphites, no Lucians, nothing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Kindred, really powerful in CSP right now, so probably gonna do well instead.
Yeah,
I'm convinced.
Yeah, the Kindred in the last game wasn't getting a whole lot of value, but that ult was coming in good times to help save some of her team. So I'm interested to see how that ult is going to be working.
Jinx and Leona versus Braum and Trist, I mean, it's like as close to a mirror as you can get in a properly drafted team. Both occupying this similar roles. Leona comes in. It's a lot of damage onto this Braum. The Trist trying to do a little bit of stutter stepping. Okay, does some decent damage back, but yeah, it's. I think maybe with the exhaust going down, actually, that was a decent trade for the red team.
Yeah, that was a nice trade down there in the bot lane. We do see the exhaust is going to pop up from the Leona, so that's going to be down for another 2 minutes. So we're not going to be able to kill some of that attack speed of that Tristana if they get into another team fight. So that might be a big tie turn.
Could be the case. So far, a bit of an early farm lead of interest.
Yeah, it's gonna be about a 5 farm lead. It's a little over a half a wave, but they are gonna get that push in the bot lane. Oh, that's gonna be a flash out. Oh, the Braum is barely living the heal.
Oh, and there we go. So much damage. Oh, maybe not the best idea to jump in there. The camera does take us elsewhere. Setang chases Kindred down. It is a real party in this bottom lane. Syndra gets involved, throws the Scuttle Crab, but now looks like she's going to fall herself. Victor and the Jinx with all the damage. Oh, and over the wall. That is fantastic stuff from the Syndra.
The one thing I will say is the Shen, nowhere in that fight, didn't bother to even come down for that fight, and we're going to see 2 kills on the side of ODU.
Yeah, it's a great start for them, obviously, and I was kind of surprised. I was watching one thing, and then suddenly we had 6, 7, 8 champions down in the bottom lane. It's like, oh, okay, we're having a big fight, and I think that Red looked sort of equally surprised to a certain extent.
Yeah, that was a good fight and engage on the side of ODU. If that Shen came down, the times that that fight could have turned, but the Shen just decided to stay up, get a little bit of extra farm to catch up versus that set, but I don't think it was worth it that point.
Leona, as well as Zin down.
Oh, they're gonna get this Braum here. Braum tried to jump away, but that Braum's not gonna be able to escape. He's gonna get stunned again.
Bang. And Xin Zhao, the star of the day in my opinion. Just incredible impact. The mobility, of course, the range. There's a lot to like about that champion.
Yeah, Braum has just been out of position here in the bot lane. He's getting picked off just easily, just walking in, not making the smartest of decisions. And that first dragon is gonna go to the way on Xin Zhao.
Okay, Chamber of Kindred up top. Is that a dead set? I would imagine.
Yeah, so that's not gonna be able to W out of that one, unfortunately.
So over to you. There's a nice little lead here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little 1,000 gold lead here in 6 minutes. Nothing too big. We're gonna see plating come up on the side of Nova here in the bot lane. Yeah, and look at the mid matchup right now. That Victor is 1-0, so he's gonna have that extra damage. He currently has some mana regain, so he can stay in the lane longer. So that Syndra's gonna have to make her mana worth it. Oh, as I say that, Syndra's gonna get the stun in. The ult is gonna come out from the Victor. Is chasing the Syndra around. The Syndra's gonna be able to get out, but that Shen's gonna get the shield in.
And here comes the set. He's going to take down Shen's here as well. Those Xin Zhao dropping low. The turret shot doing huge amount of damage. And in the end, it's set that falls, as well as the Kindred.
Yeah, he's able to W a lot of the first damage from the tower, but that W is about a 15-second CD once he uses it. So he wasn't able to get through all that. Oh, the Xin Zhao's engaged.
Straight into the Triss. Manages to get out though, and now turning around. Oh! Gets on top of her actually. Oh, this fight continues to be messy as the CC goes back and forth. Shen on not a lot of HP has to flash out around now. Pat left open, shields up though, turrets out as well. And Jinx falls as well as the Leona. And I do not know who won that fight, but a lot of people died.
That was a messy fight. It was a 3-2 on the side of Nova here with that Shen picking up a couple kills. It was interesting to see that we saw a lot of the damage come out. Now, if you notice about Xin Zhao's ult, if you're not in that circle after he ults you, he takes no damage from you. So that Tristana was firing, but that firing wasn't doing anything. That's why he was able to survive that damage and was able to wait for his cooldowns to come back, jump in, and execute that Tristana there. But he did take a tower shot, and that's why he ended up going down. And yeah, it was a lot of tower shots being taken on the side of Jinx and that Leona, and that caused them taking down. If that tower was not there, we'd been looking at a different team.
Yeah, everything hinged on that tower getting off. I want to say something like 5 shots on champions, which is just so much damage. But the fact that they still do okay off the back of that fight, in spite of the tower's contribution, is perhaps a bad sign for Nova.
Yeah, that shows how strong that Xin Zhao is early game. 9 minutes and 4 kills. And he's rolling in the gold right now. He got more money, less problems.
You love to see it. Never have understood the saying, more money, no problem. I don't think it's true. I think rich people have come up with that in order.
Yeah, in order to make sure no one else get rich. You know,
yeah, and also to feel like a victim for once. Just like, look, that looks great. Promise you.
It's not fun. Like, but you have a hot tub and everything. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
The Zhao then, as well as the second unlock onto the Shen, who is tanky as all get out, but I'm pretty sure he's shut down. Even more gold going to that Xin Zhao. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, CC galore Kindred. I mean, Tristan going to get the kill onto the Jinx and pushing in for another placing. Beautiful stuff.
That was a good trade-off there. We do see that shutdown gold is going to go on to that Xin Zhao, so that's extra gold that they do not want him to have. His set's going to be able to push some tower plates.
Dragon going to be falling pretty quickly.
Red team has slain the dragon.
The Dragon's gonna go to the Kindred down there in the bot lane, but it looks like we're gonna see a rotation down there in the bot lane right now, and a big fight up top. The Shen's just doing massive damage right now to the set. The set's gonna have to flash out.
In the bot lane, we have a little bit of a skirmish going on. Brown takes a little bit of free damage. Kindred now looking conscious. Shen up top with Xin Zhao. Leona goes in. Stun is there, but where's the damage? Jinx has to peel away. Trying to now get on Kindred. Set TP's in. Now, potentially, the kills will start flowing. It's going to be the one. Kindred falls. The lone death now.
Yeah, it was a good engage, good TP by that set there to prevent any other kills from coming through. That Leona did end up being super low. It was a good trade down there in the bot lane. So we do see Zen is going to be up top to prevent the Shen from just getting free push and free tower plates.
Yeah, and I think you can do a really good job of that. Shen so limited by range. The Xin Zhao the complete opposite, and it's just an annoying place to be right now. Shen.
Oh, this is going to be a fight here from the Zen. The Zen's not going to be able to get anything off of his ult. He's going to be able to basically disengage. Not going to get that kill onto Shen. The Shen was going to be absolutely brutal on Xin Zhao after missing that ult. But we do see Xin Zhao does have the Eye of the Herald, so that's at about a minute and 45 seconds from expiring.
Yeah, so hopefully they will remember that and use it effectively. Kindred waiting for a little bit of over-aggression from Xin Zhao. Leona was going to be there anyway, but yeah. What could have been up top turns out into what wasn't.
Yeah, looks like we're going to see a disengage there. The Leona's still mid, so Leona can dive onto that Syndra still as well, but it looks like she's just going to wait in the top blue side jungle right now, possibly back in the bot. Yeah, Jinx is left all alone in that bot lane. She's not going to be able to live through that, possibly. Oh, and here comes the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao going to take down the Tristana before the Shen ult. So we're looking at a double kill in the bot lane for that Zen.
Xin Zhao, 7-1 and 2 assists. Undoubtedly the most powerful champion in the Rift right now. Pretty much has carte blanche.
Yeah, as you saw, Zen was able to prevent that Shen ult from coming through, prevent him from being stuck in a 3v1. He was able to basically kill the 2 low health targets.
The Rift Herald. Kindred's going to try and execute him, but Xin Zhao is going to punish. And he still gets hit off with the Rift Herald. Now can he escape? 1 versus 4. No, the Xin Zhao gets struck.
And we see that top tower is going to get taken down as well in the bot lane and the top. First 2 towers going over to the side of ODU here.
Actually, pretty aggressive posturing was there from the Brown in the enemy jungle. Trist pushing in quite aggressively on the bot lane as well. They seem to be taking the map over.
Yeah, this is a good push on the side of ODU here. We do see the 2 towers being taken down in the top bot, and both of those lanes are trying to push again. That's trying to push that bot lane out. We might be seeing a team fight here in the mid lane coming soon. We see all 5 members of Nova coming up through the mid lane right now. We do see Dragon's going to be up in 20 seconds, so this is going to be another team fight here coming up.
Okay, setting up for the Dragon. Very early, taking that space, clearing the vision. How's the engagement gonna come across? Syndra with a little bit of chip damage. Shen at the front. They seem to be threatening the tower. And now, the counter initiation. They all back away into the tower. Here's Syndra at the front. Is he gonna get close to it? So his early owner just jumps in, gets dropped immediately. But such low HP for the Brown. Brown will fall. Syndra over the wall getting damage done. Kindred is isolated, but against 3, doesn't look like he'll be able to have much impact. Meanwhile, Trist also falls, and that is the dream, isn't it, right now?
Oh, the Zingal's gonna die. All that burn from red buff hurt.
And that is the tower, that is the dragon, that is a very, very big for ODU. Right. Nova, welcome to being behind. What can you do? What's the plan here going to be? Which of the champions do you think they can rely on to carry themselves out of this situation?
It's going to be that Tristana. The Tristana is going to have that Kraken Slayer. It's going to be able to burn through a lot of the bigger people, whether it's Leona on the set, on the side of ODU, but the Tristana is really not getting any value right now.
Syndra is joint highest level on the Rift. Oh no, sorry, the Zinjal and has been having a decent game, I feel, the Syndra, getting a lot of damage done, initiating quite nicely on occasion. But yeah, I'm feeling like the Kindred is quite far behind their counterpart. That could well be problematic. Zinjal, accompanied by Leona, look like they're going to be taking the Rift Herald for a second time.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see another count on the side of ODU. Oh, that's going to be a big fight. Shen's able to avoid all of that extra facebreaker damage. Seth's going to have to flash out. Now, we see a 4K gold lead on the side of ODU here. And we're just going to see a little bit of standard pushing, a little bit of fun here.
Yeah. It's kind of an interesting shape on the map that the champions have made where, you know, Shen quite aggressively pushed into the jungle, but other than that, ODU taking on more of the space top and mid. Looks like we will be going back, because there is currently no objective, especially to fight for. There's not impetus, there's not really something pushing the players one way or the other right now. Just getting some farm. Victor here, just to rain on Kindred's parade. We'll back up, fearful of what might come next. That is going to be Baron in 9 seconds, and they could well be setting up for this. There is the big boy himself. onto the ground.
After the big fight.
The shield does a huge amount, but he's still dropping low. Now Tristo getting involved. Trying to focus down the Jinx and Will effectively. Meanwhile, Jin Zhao CC really hard. Kindred seems to have the damage, even saves the Brown. And it's Shen in the back line, onto the set, onto Leona, able to withstand so much damage. So Shen is a angry set dropping low, be able to get a little bit back, but it's the ace. That's a 5-for-1. Fantastic from Nova.
That was an absolutely fantastic fight. And we're going to see this dragon get taken.
There he goes. Frank's a little bit scared right now. He walked into the wrong AoE attack. He might have some issues, but no, everyone's going to be fine. And they're going to be getting out with this Baron above 5, in fact, as Kindred has spawned, I believe, in time. Now, Dragon, 45 seconds. I think we're going back to back and having another fight down bot. And I think the key moment in that fight for me, there are two actions. Triss very intelligently changing targets from Leona to Jinx and just catching them unawares. And secondly, Shen in the 1v3 with the taunt, unbelievable. He's got so much room, so much time for that thing.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, there's a lot of time there. So now we're gonna see that Baron buff is out for Nova, and they're gonna be able to push this tier 2 tower.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah. Gonna push? They really are just gonna push? Okay. Big thing against pretty decent.
All this fan out, somebody on him.
Healed up. It was good for a second there, but Shen has fallen. We've seen just how integral they can be to this team fight for Nova. Wild though, the Triss putting out so much damage, and look, this damage with confidence. Continue going in the face! Oh, it's a triple for the Xin Zhao. The AoE! What in the world
Back of
was
this
that?
Oh, that was brutal. Over here, they're gonna absolutely destroy them inside their base. Xin Zhao's gonna pick up that triple. He's now 12-3, and just all the damage there.
Oh my dear lord, this is, I'm gonna call it, this is the best game in MAU this
Yeah, it's a fun one. The last game was also a fun one as well.
Okay, they're not going to push any further. They already took the dragon before this, so that isn't forfeit. And we have a swinging gold lead that's going back and forth and back and forth. Currently 3k up, RODU. I just can't call it at this point. Both teams, they have their edges, and it's all been about how these fights go. The Shen getting picked up early there was a huge deal, but then it was just the way that they were perfectly within that Xin Zhao's AoE that things went very, very
Yeah, that fight was absolutely integral for keeping ODU into this match. They have 3 dragons now, and they're looking to get the soul in about 3 minutes. And that gold lead is still substantial, even though the side of Nova is going to have that inhibitor exposed in the mid lane.
right. Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, if Trist or Kindred ever get behind enemy lines, that's going to be gone in a hurry.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick down of that inhibitor, yes, if anyone's is going to be.
Trist with the confidence in the mid to take a wave. Xin Zhao paces through the jungle as Shen is on bot.
Oh, that Shen is gonna pop back out of that bush. That Set's gonna have to disengage.
You do hear that. And Xin Zhao.
Oh, this
Lock
is
the Shen down. Set with the grab and the throw. It's going to be enough, surely. Xin Zhao indeed does it, but meanwhile, Tristana continues to be the powerhouse we were talking about. The owner drops almost nothing. Jinx drops very, very low. Meanwhile, Syndra finding up against the set. The Kindred will be able to take down the Xin Zhao, but GA is used. Her invincibility is fading fast. Syndra. Get away from now. This is the Jinx that comes in from the back, but executed. And again, now the push. Can it be stopped?
Oh, that was a huge face breaker from the side of Set. He was able to grab them both, stun them both, got both of the kills. This is going to be inhibitor and could possibly be a lot more for the side of ODU. It looks like they're gonna, Leona is gonna basically just kill herself there. There was really no escape from her. They looked like they were trying to take the tower, but they backed off.
Okay, the game continues. It's a bigger lead now, slightly for ODU than it was, but there's just something about these fights that they're never comforting. Like, the leads feel so flimsy.
Yeah, look at that. Dragon's gonna be up in about 20 seconds. So we're gonna possibly be seeing another team fight here soon. Looks like ODU is gonna back off and they're gonna be rushing their way back to Dragon for that other fight. I think if they secure that Dragon Soul, we might be looking at the end of the game here.
That'll be the case.
Oh, that was a big pick onto Victor. Victor's gonna have lasagna.
Oh, it's a set one for this world. I shouldn't think so.
Oh, that was a terrible pick off for the side of ODU. But they're gonna be able to secure the Dragon, but at what cost? They lost 2 and they might be losing the Baron here.
Dragon Soul, I mean, it's good, obviously. Xin Zhao gonna walk up mid, knowing that they want the Baron. He's gonna make it complicated. I think the Shen, along with the wave of minions, should be enough. But no, they want to come kill them.
This might be a smart engage on this side. Nova, they're gonna get that Shen off, gonna come through. He's gonna not be able to live through that. But you see that bot lane push by those super minions. They're on the tower right now, so they're gonna have to back off. Leave Shen in base to defend. So we might be seeing the 3v4 here into Baron. Set is up, but Set does not have
No, it's going to take a little while. I think that Baron will fall before, or maybe not. Victor and Leona are actually posturing quite aggressively, as is the Jinx. The Jinx has the damage here. If they hit the right CC at the right time, absolutely. This could be a big fight for ODU. And from downtown and now to the Luna, with all of the damage in the world, here comes the Jinx. Doubles it, still going to rip Syndra off. Jinx still alive. A Set plays bodyguard and Shen plays target dummy. Oh no, maybe not. Turns around, kills the Jinx. And now 1v1 with the Set.
Ace.
Okay. 2 remain for ODU, 0 for Nova. Do they have enough time to win the game though?
They do not, but we're gonna see possibly that mid tower is gonna get taken down. That Braum is gonna be up in about 2 seconds, so he's gonna be able to help defend that tower. But we're gonna see Set being able to grind that tower down, and that Xin Zhao is gonna be able to solo Baron here. So they're gonna get that Baron buff on the side of ODU here, unless Nova decides to contest. It looks like Set is going to take down that middle inhibitor, and ODU's in the driver's seat. We got about 3 minutes until Elder Drake right now, and they're in the process of taking on that Baron as we speak.
What a game. So much back and forth. I think ODU finally look like they've got a real fight on the game at this point. They're going to be taking the Baron. They have 2 inhibitors. This is very, 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 very easy to lose if you're Nova right now. You only need to be out of position one tiny little bit, and this is going to end so quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to be able to respond here.
They're going to have to play so cagey. I mean, I think that Nova basically, they're just waiting for an overextend. They have to as well. Like, they can farm up a little bit, push out on the map a little bit. But I don't know how much of the initiative they really want to take, especially because, you know, if they can't get back home in time, it's only going to take a handful of the enemies to kill that Nexus. They might get the Xin Zhao here, they're just waiting into the bush, but no, he's got the move speed to get away, and maybe he attacked too early. Should have let him come through. I don't know.
Yeah, he was popping his sweeper, so he could see that they're in that bush there. That's why they attempted to throw a couple auto attacks and abilities to possibly get that Xin Zhao, but he was way too far away to make that work.
Very powerful.
And the inhibitors back up in the bot lane. They're going to quickly take that back down.
It's gonna go. Doing a great job of splitting them up here, and it's such a difficult task to realize how to defend this as Xin Zhao looks fighting. Immediately, some good damage comes out. This could well be the last inhibitor falling. It is indeed, and now Jinx the damage on the back. Nice way to get by the set, but nobody seems very trying to outspring him down. It's a tough fight already for Nova, but with the super the Baron buff as well, it's so tough. They barely have the skills. I mean, it's now champions, and it is not yet over. Okay, it's over. And there we have it in an astoundingly good game. One of the best I have ever seen in the MAEC. It's one of the best League of Legends games I've ever seen, honestly.